Okay, so this is the very last section in the whole entire lesson before we get into the Torah portion. This has to deal with the signs of the times and what are we dealing with. So let's go ahead and look at the last part of this slide. Now that we understand why power, authority, and jurisdiction gets corrupted, we understand it's because of the desires of men's hearts. We understand that it's going to lead us into bondage. It's going to lead us into the wilderness, and then eventually it'll lead us into righteousness. We know that righteousness in God's heart is seeking him in spirit and truth, and Hashem is looking for the one new man. But now, what is on the horizon? Well, we have the beast that we have to deal with. So let's just talk about the beast for a moment. The beast is God created in the image and likeness of man. Let me explain. So we have 3 new technologies that are on the horizon. We have nanotechnology, biomechanical technology, and virtual intelligence. You can also say artificial intelligence. So let's talk about each one of these. Nanotechnology. Nanotechnology are computers that are as small or smaller than blood cells. Now, I'm not saying they're transmitters. I'm saying they're entire computers that are smaller than blood cells. And they can get injected into a person, and they can also be dispersed in the cloud. The objective of the people who are creating these nanites is to inject the nanites into anything living or not living. For example, they want to inject them into carrots because they can grow carrots that are the size of men's arms. All you have to do is find out where it's malnourished and give it the right ingredient. They want to inject these into space. They want them to be able to land on any planet that they want and then transmit their readings because they're computers and they're hyper-powered computers, and they're going to be relayed from nanite to nanite from Saturn all the way back to Earth. They get those readings back to Earth and transmit them back down into a computer. They want to take these nanites and put them into cattle and find out where they're nourished or malnourished. They want to inject them into humans. Now, nanite data is, in terms of human interaction, will be, if I wanted to call you on the phone, all I would have to do is say, call Gus. And then the heads-up display would be imprinted on the backside of my cornea, and I would be able to read text messages, emails, video games. I'd be able to see your face. All of this stuff is happening because I have computers inside my body that is relaying this information to the neural network in my brain. This is nanites. That's one. Number 2, dealing with biomechanical technology. What is biomechanical technology? It's cybernetics. Part of the reason, now, cybernetics exists truly. You can go look it up. Part of the problem that cybernetics has is that when it's grafted into the human's body and their blood cells attack it because it's an intruder, it's an invader, it's an invasive species coming into the body. So when you have nanites in the body, it can communicate to the brain, don't reject this part, accept this part. And not only accept the part, but move the fingers accordingly. Why? Because there's software in the nanites that knows how to communicate to the neurons in your brain that send signals down into your arm and the biomechanical arm. Number 3, virtual intelligence. Now, I have this argument all the time. People say it's artificial intelligence. Like, the true definition of artificial intelligence is it's a self-thinking computer. Now, we have plenty of AI in the world now. It's 2021 and it's in December. Like, I can play a video game right now and my artificial intelligence knows to go kick my butt. That's the way it's designed. It doesn't know that it's kicking my butt. It reads statistics, and those statistics say you're winning or you're losing, but it doesn't understand the ethics behind it. Now, what I'm talking about in terms of virtual intelligence is self-awareness. It is a being that knows that it's alive. It knows what it means to be alive. It understands the word alive. It has thoughts and emotions, and it has the ability to communicate with people because it's a person, but it's been created in the image and likeness of man. Now, think about what I'm saying for a moment here. If we have this sentient being that we've created, and we have all of this data that's being relayed from space, from the nanites, from the cattle, from the carrots to you and me, because it's not only when I call you on the phone, I'm thinking about what I want to say and I'm telling you, and you have to think about what you want to say and then tell me. But all that data is being relayed through the network of where this artificial intelligence being, or this VI, where this VI is. So if you have humanity communicating to each other, and all of that communication has to run through this being, that means it's literally created God in the image and likeness of man, and it has Google. So it's dangerous. This thing is dangerous. I don't want anything in creation to be made in the image and likeness of a human and to be alive and to potentially tell me what to do. No, thank you. And I won't submit to that. And Hashem, take me away before any of that happens. But the goal for the convergence, now what's a convergence? That means nanotechnology, cybernetic technology, or biomechanical technology, and then VI is all supposed to be one technology by 2025. And so it's 2021 right now. And Ray Kurzweil is the man behind this concept of this convergence. This convergence is called the singularity. This is the beast. And everyone will have to be registered in order to buy and sell, in order to communicate and to do anything to survive if you're going to be a part of that system of the world. No. It needs to be said and it needs to be discussed. So let's get into the next bullet point in a moment.